Hello, everybody, and welcome to Huff Hall on the campus of the University of Illinois in Champaign for Big Ten Women's Gymnastics. Today, we have a fun matchup between the visiting Golden Gophers of the University of Minnesota and the home team, the Illinois Fighting Illini. Hi, everybody. Scott Sudikoff here with you, being joined by Amanda Wihanko of Flow Gymnastics and Inside Gymnastics. And, well, we're looking forward to a fun day of gymnastics here. Of course, when these two teams met up last season here, Illinois came away with an upset win, had a record-breaking type of day, but obviously Minnesota, one of the best programs in the country.
Yeah, definitely. So, Minnesota's had a really good season so far. They've had a few Big Ten meets under their belt already, including the matchup against the reigning national champion Michigan Wolverines. Meanwhile, the Illini, are kind of getting their feet more wet compared to other teams. They had a few cancellations during their meets, and I feel like this meet in particular is kind of really going to be a test of endurance for them. I believe this is their fourth meet in maybe 7 or 8 days, so kind of a lot for them to kind of take on this early on in the season, but it should be a good test in figuring out, lineups and kind of who can contribute where, especially, with the pandemic still going on, you might need backups. So I think that this is a great opportunity for the Illini just to compete in general and kind of especially compete against such a top-tier team.
Yeah, Minnesota, when you speak of in terms of being busy, Minnesota has not had a meet since January 24th, that aforementioned meet with Michigan that they did drop to the Wolverines. Had a matchup at Maryland that was scheduled for January 30th. That was postponed, rescheduled for February 14th. So it's been a couple of weeks for Minnesota. And again, Illinois just a couple of days ago was performing down in Lexington, Kentucky, finishing third with Kentucky, Georgia, and Central Michigan. As we are getting ready here for this matchup between Minnesota and Illinois. And Amanda, what are what things right now that you're looking forward to here in this meet here today? Whether which performers, which events do you think are going to be the most interesting, the most fun to watch here today?
Yeah, so for sure, Minnesota, they've got a few superstars, including some super seniors who took a fifth or sixth year, Lexi Ramler and Anna Loper in particular, who are really high-ranked in a lot of events, a lot of accolades to their names, a few perfect tens, and they're pretty good all around. So definitely want to see kind of how that meet plays out here, how it affects lineups, and just kind of seeing how they improve what they can do on the event. Especially, this is actually Illinois' first home meet this season, so that'll be interesting as well. Kind of just seeing how they, kind of play to the crowd, especially, since there wasn't much of a crowd for them last year.
Yeah, very good point. Able to have more of an atmosphere inside Huff Hall. Of course, Illinois will be starting on the vault, and there's the lineup for the Fighting Illini. Takakawa, Nataraj, O'Donnell, Ewald, Howe, and Simons will be the 6 for Illinois on the vault. On Friday, they had a 48.95 as a team in that quad meet that we mentioned. And right now, 27th ranked on the vault, according to Road to the Nationals, are the Illini. And we'll see Minnesota, of course, begin this meet on bars, where they are ranked number 8 in the country right now. They finished number 7 a year ago, and we'll get a chance to see the number 1 ranked performer on bars, Lexi Ramler, who, 3-time Big Ten Gymnast of the Year, and back for more, as you alluded to. So everybody else in the Big Ten, kind of a sigh of, really? We gotta fight against her again. But you pointed out though that they have so much talent up and down their lineup. There's the lineup for the bars: Remlinger, Lanive, Wilmarth, Anna Loper, Hooten, and Ramler. Most recently for Minnesota, when they did compete against Michigan, they had a pair of 10.0s.
Yes.
One from Ramler. I'm scrambling to double check my notes again here. Yeah, no, actually not even Ramler. It was Loper who had a 10.0 on vault, and Hooten, who had a 10.0
Yes,
on floor.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we know Rambler has had a 10.0 on the balance beam, and that happened here at Huff Hall a year ago. So it's, I mean, for Illinois, obviously, it's going to be a tough competition for them in terms of trying to get a Big Ten win, but
Yeah.
they know from last year that they have the ability to beat this very good Minnesota team.
Yeah, and I think for Illinois, I think it's more so of kind of establishing a good meet just in general, and not necessarily focusing on, beating Minnesota. A lot of the teams, obviously it's a matchup between two schools, but a lot of time in gymnastics especially, what they really need to focus on, what they really are looking to do is have a good score that they can count towards their, regional qualifying score, and just really establish a good competition. Obviously, a win against Minnesota would be nice and definitely a kind of a boost for them. But I think, especially for Illinois at this point in time, that you really just want to get out there, hit all the routines, and kind of build from there and keep that going throughout the season.
Natalie Walsh is in her 5th year as the Illinois head coach. And on the other side for Minnesota, you have Jenny Hansen, who is in her 8th season as the Minnesota head coach. Moments away from getting underway here, Minnesota and Illinois. Happy to have you with us on Big Ten Plus this afternoon. As Amanda mentioned, this is the home opener for the Illini here at Huff Hall, and getting the atmosphere back. I believe there was limited fans that were here last year, but obviously it was cut down, maybe just to a couple friends and family. But today you have Minnesota fans that are in attendance and plenty of Illinois fans as well. So we expect some electricity.
For sure. There's definitely a good-sized crowd here today at Huff. And I think the gymnasts will all definitely play really well to the crowd. There's, like you mentioned before, a lot of Minnesota fans here right in front of the floor. So that'll definitely be a good thing for the Minnesota Golden Gophers to have, especially on the road.
So we will start on the vault, and Mia Takakawa will be going first here for the Illini, the 5'2" junior from Sacramento, at a 9.775 on Friday in that quad meet, her season high, a 9.885.
Yeah, so actually there's been a lineup change.
You're
Mia's
right.
not going first. It'll be Abby.
Yep, Abby Miller. So Abby Miller will be going first on the vault. She had a season high 9.775 on Friday, the sophomore from Rochester, Minnesota. And we're starting actually off on the bars here with Hallie Remlinger.
Yes. Solid to catch over there. So far, so good for Hallie. Oh, and here we go on vault. Nice Yurchenko full from Abby. Just the hop back. Very solid start for the Illini.
So Abby Miller on the vault there, and Hallie Remlinger just finished up on bars for Minnesota, the junior from Winona, Minnesota. And we'll relay scores to you as quickly as we get them here. As starting off here, rotation 1 with Illinois on vault and Minnesota on bars. Illinois 27th ranked in the country on vault, while Minnesota is number 8. Now we'll see Mia Takakawa on vault. I mentioned a 9.775 on Friday. 9.885 is her season high. And Miller got a 9.75. For the bar score for Remlinger as well.
Really great form in the air from Mia. Really did a good job at keeping her body tight, like the toes pointed. Another solid vault for the Illini here.
Go to bars here. Mallory Lenee from Minnesota, junior from Lee's Summit, Missouri, at a 9.8. The last time Minnesota competed against Michigan.
Struggled a little bit there on that handstand, but saved it. Just the dismount left for Mallory. And another solid routine for them.
Remlinger on bars got 9.75. So now we wait for the scores for Takakawa and Lenee.
That's actually Olivia O'Donnell.
Yeah, Olivia O'Donnell here.
Very nice vault from Olivia. Near stuck Yurchenko full. Did move her foot a tiny bit. Think she had a bit of a leg separation on the block, but overall seems to be improving in the lineup as we go on for Illinois.
Yeah, she had a 9.8 on Friday. As we'll be flashing back to the bars here from Minnesota. Scheduled is Hannah Wilmarth, a fifth-year senior from Boulder, Colorado.
Next up on bars from Minnesota, Hannah Wilmarth.
There's that 9.75 mentioned for Remlinger, and waiting for the score for Lenee as Wilmarth is getting set to go here.
Looks like Mia Takakawa just got a 9.825 on vault. So that's a great score for her. And here we go on bars. A little close on that release there. Would want to see her catch that farther from the bar with her arms straight out, but no major form breaks so far. Great handstand. Looks like she just has the dismount left, full into a double tuck, step. Awesome routine for the Golden Gophers. And another excellent vault for Illinois. Nearly stuck.
To update on bars, Mallory Lenee also a 9.75, just like Hallie Remlinger. And that was Ruthajan Nataraj, who just went on vaults for Illinois. And when we go back to bars, scheduled is Anna Loper. Another one of those fifth-year seniors that came back for the extra year from Bluffton, South Carolina. She had a 9.9 a couple of weeks ago against Michigan here on the bars. Her career high is 9.925.
Minnesota's bar scores have been pretty consistent so far, but relatively low for them. But Anna is more than capable of delivering an excellent score.
Scored at 49.325 as a team against Michigan, which out of their really only two competitions was the higher score.
Anna's going up on bars, but O'Donnell got a 9.825 on vault. Nice trapache from Loper, right down to the pack salto, back to that low bar. Really taking her time. It's got beautiful form and lines. Just the dismount, another stuck double tuck. That should be a great score for the Golden Gophers.
Lexi Powell on vault for Illinois at a 9.8 on Friday. Season high is a 9.825.
Really good vault here from Lexi. Had good form in the air, just a small hop back. The Illini seem to be doing pretty well and pretty consistent here on vault.
Hannah Wilmarth's score on bars came in at 9.825, so she leads the way for the for the Gophers. Remelinger 9.75, Lanive 9.75. Waiting for the score from Loper. And now scheduled to see Maya Hooten coming off a 9-8 on bars for the Gophers 2 weeks ago against Michigan. You see the updated numbers for Minnesota thus far on bars before Hooten gets going.
Nice handstand there from Maya. Going into her release move. Very nice pike Jaeger. Looked like she struggled catching that low bar. I'm not sure if her feet hit the ground, but that's definitely a major deduction. Gearing up for her dismount. And nice recovery there for Maya after that struggle on the low bar.
Aurea Simons.
Wonderful vault from Simons. I've really noticed so far that Illinois seems to be really working on their vault in terms of tightening their bodies, keeping that body really straight, and minimizing those deductions there in the air. Still not so many stuck landings, but pretty minimal deductions on those landings. So overall seems to be a really good rotation on vault for the Illini.
Anna Loper's score on bars ended up being a 9.875, so that's the top score right now for Minnesota. And on vault, Rutuja Nataraj had a 9.875 at the top score for Illinois as of now, as we now will see Lexi Rambler, #1 in the country on bars, at a 9.95 against Michigan 2 weeks ago. The 3-time Big Ten Gymnast of the Year. Can she win it for a 4th time?
I don't see why not.
Exactly, right?
The rate that she's going, she's doing excellent. I foresee no problems for her getting another big accolade.
Too early to make the prediction, though.
Yeah, looks like Maya Hooten got a 9.25 as Lexi goes up on bars. Beautiful lines, nice releases so far. Great handstand, just the dismount left. Great height on that dismount, really floated. Dismount really floated there. Should be another excellent score for Minnesota, especially coming after Hooten struggled a little bit, so that should be definitely something for the Gophers too.
This is extra on vault here for Illinois.
Exhibition from Caitlin.
Caitlin Ewald's getting a turn, but will not count towards the team score. You mentioned Maya Hooten. She ended up with a 9.85. And Anna Loper, for the time being, the team high on bars, 9.87 bars, 9.875 for Minnesota. As you can see, waiting for the score from Lexi Rambler. Meanwhile, Illinois on vault, mentioned Nataraj, a team high 9.875, as we are still looking for the score that Aurea Simons had. And then that would round out, once we get Rambler's score, that would round out this first rotation in terms of the non-exhibition. Obviously, you're going to see an exhibition here for Minnesota as well on bars.
Yeah, so at the live scoring and the scoring here seem to be a little different in terms of what Maya has. So we'll come back with an updated score and figure out what's
you're right. What's
really going on. I believe it is a 9.25. That's what I saw from the judge, but we'll see after the rotation is over.
Yeah, you're right on the little stat monitors, I guess you call it. They have Maya Hooten at 4.25. on
That's
bars.
definitely a typo.
Yeah, but I saw it at 985 at first.
Yeah,
I think.
it was there as 985 at first. Looks like Lexi got a 9875. From what I saw, the judge flash, and here we're just finishing up Minnesota's exhibition. Another excellent full twisting dismount as we see another belt here from the Illini.
Exhibition called for the Illini. So, as we think it stands here, Minnesota got two high scores, Loper and Ramler, both at 9.875. And then Remlinger and Leneve each got a 9.75 as the lowest scores. But I guess we're still officially waiting to see the score from Maya Hooten
Yes.
possibly get adjusted. And then for Illinois on vault, they end up getting a high score from Nataraj at 9.875. And then the low score, Abby Miller at 9.75.
Yeah.
So that's the end of rotation one. Amanda, we'll take a quick break here.
Okay.
Quick break here.
Okay.
We'll
Yep.
come back and we'll settle everything out and get ready for rotation two here at Huff Hall, Minnesota and Illinois here on Big Ten Plus.
Once it gets going, right? It's like, yeah, there's a few like there's a little bit too much overlap, right? Yeah. So that, I think Illinois score is definitely back. Now they're in a 2-minute period here. Yeah, I was gonna say, you mentioned that Hooten had reduction, but it wouldn't be that much. It's not impossible, I feel like, right? So their numbers should be going up then, because he didn't have the lowest. Oh, you're right, yeah. I thought I saw it 9.85, that's why, yeah. That makes more sense. You're right, I think either way, that score is the same. That's lower than what Minnesota had against Michigan, and that's higher for Illinois than they had on Friday. That order a little I want to write this down. After one, Illinois 49.25, yeah. And
Scott Sudikoff and Amanda Wihanko back with you inside Huff Hall. I see the scores after rotation 1. Minnesota's 49-075 on bars was lower than the score they had a couple of weeks ago against Michigan when they were at 49-325. Meanwhile, Illinois 49-225 on vault. An improvement from their couple of days ago score of 48-95 in the quad meet at Kentucky. So after rotation one, obviously an advantage for Illinois for now, but we'll see how things go. As we've now moved into the 4-minute warm-up period here before Minnesota is on vault and Illinois on bars. Just to sort of set that up for everybody, Illinois checked in with their 5th best score in program history on bars on Friday at 49.4. Right now they are ranked number 37. They were as high, finished last year, number 17 on bars did Illinois. Meanwhile, Minnesota had a big day on vault a couple of weeks ago against Michigan, a 49-575, which was the second best mark in program history, with the program record dating back now 20 years to 2002 at a 49-696 back that season. Of course, number 2 in the vault is Minnesota right now in the rankings. And we'll look at the vault specifically for Minnesota. You've got three different ranked vaulters here. Rambler, or Loper, number 1, Rambler, number 4, and Corals, number 16. So right there in the middle of their vault lineup, they've got some good firepower.
Yeah, Minnesota may have not had the most ideal rotation to begin with, but it should not be difficult for them to kind of make up the ground that they lost with vault. They do have more difficult vaults than Illinois, starting at a 10.0, whereas a lot of Illinois' vaults started at a 9.95. So they kind of have an automatic built-in advantage there. So hopefully Minnesota is able to kind of shake it off and do well in this next rotation.
And for Illinois, when you look at their bars lineup, that Rachel Borden has been the best overall performer on bars, averaging a 9.844 so far this season. Had a 9.875, a 7.5 a couple of days ago, and I believe she'll be leading off for Illinois on bars, as I think we're still waiting for the official lineup to make its way over here, but we should have that obviously any moment here, and in a minute we'll definitely find out as we'll get back underway. So we'll step aside quickly for about 30 seconds and then come back and have rotation 2. Illinois on bars, Minnesota on vault here on Big Ten Plus.
Especially in the winter, because the heat can back it up. Hopefully they have more good back and forth. Like they're announcing the fall before the bars are done. It's like,
shot warm-up period is now over. Starting on bars for Illinois, Rachel Borden.
All right, starting on bars for Illinois is Rachel Borden. There's the lineup for the Illini on bars. As they had a mentioned 49-4 on Friday, the fifth best mark in program history. And Borden coming off a season high 9.875 on Friday. Graduate student from Naperville, Illinois.
Rachel has been a very good leadoff for the Illini so far. So it's great to see her doing so well and being consistent, kind of setting the tone for the team. Lineup change over on vault. Really nice Yurchenko. Just a small hop forward. Looks like that was Marissa Jenks.
Yeah, a freshman from Madison, South Dakota.
And we're getting started over on bars with Rachel. Nice straddle Dieger down to the low bar. Just the dismount left in hers is pretty unique, but she can stick it up, and she sticks it, fights for that. Great job from Rachel.
What makes her dismount so unique?
She does a twisting dismount rather than, flipping and twisting. So it just visually, it's definitely different for sure.
Next up for Minnesota, Gianna Gerdes.
Gianna Gerdes is now on vault for Minnesota. Sophomore from Delaware, Ohio. And a 9.8 against Michigan. 9.8 against Michigan. Her career high is 9.85.
Beautiful Yurchenko full, just a small hop back. Overall looked really good in the air.
Next up for Illinois, Mallory Mizuki.
Mallory Mizuki will go next on bars for Illinois. She's a senior from Shelby Township, Michigan. Scored a 9.825 Friday. At a season high earlier this year of 9.85 in her bars routine. As we are awaiting the first couple of scores to come through on vault for Minnesota and on bars for Illinois.
Looks like Mallory's stepping off the mat. The judges are taking a little bit longer with Rachel's score.
We're waiting for the Rachel Borden score on bars. We have gotten the two vault scores for Minnesota. Marissa Jenks, a 9.8. And for Gianna Gerdes, a 9.85, matching her career high.
Yeah, definitely a good start from Minnesota over on vault. If they keep it up and continue to do the vaults that they know they're capable of, they'll definitely make up the ground that they lost over on bars with those lower scores to begin with.
Yeah, looking at the rest of Minnesota's vaults, Putin, Ramler, Quarles, Loper, all Yurchenko 1.5.
Yes. So those would start from a 10.0, which kind of gives them that automatic advantage over Illinois.
Illinois did get a very good vault score, though, as you can see, 49.225, improving from their improving from their 48.95 that they had on Friday.
Yes, for sure.
Still a little bit of a delay here before Mallory Mizuki goes, and as you said, maybe some extra discussion about Rachel Borden's score.
It looks like the judges were discussing Rachel's score a little bit. Maybe something with the start value, not start value, not sure. Still waiting on that score, but it looks like Mallory's almost ready to go.
Mallory Mizuki.
Looks like Rachel got a 9-7, on bars to lead off. A little over on that handstand, but not a big deal. A little close on that pike Jaeger, but she saved it. She's still going. Just needs to get back to that high bar and land her dismount. A little shaky on that full before the double tuck, but overall, a solid routine. She stayed on the bar, had a little bit of a wait, and she got through her routine.
Is it tough to have to wait that extra time? Are you ready
maybe
to go?
A little bit, but they kind of get used to it over as Maya does a nice vault here.
Maya Hooten.
Looked a little short, took a hop forward, her chest was down a little bit.
So now we'll have Olivia O'Donnell go on bars here. Officially, the scores haven't gone inputted into the statistics, as you can see on the screen. But as Amanda pointed out, it looked as if Rachel Borden was issued a 9-7-0.
Yep, and now it's showing up here on the live stats. So we'll just wait for Mallory's score before Olivia goes up on bars.
Minnesota ranked number 2 on vault right now in the country. 9.80 by Marissa Jenks, 9.85 by Gianna Gertis. The score for Maya Hooten should be coming in right about now, actually. 9.775. The score for Hooten.
And it looks like Mallory Mizuki got a 9-7 as Olivia begins her routine. Nice Jaeger. Really nice job keeping her toes pointed, minimizing those deductions on these heels. Full turn into a double tuck. Tiny step back over there for Olivia. Really looking to absorb those landings and minimize those deductions. But overall, good routine.
Here's Lexi Rambler on vaults.
And there's her Yurchenko 1.5. Looks beautiful in the air. Looked like she was maybe a little bit short on rotation. Hopped back a little bit, but overall, great job from Lexi.
Well, she has a 10.0 to her credit over the course of her career on vaults. Happened last season. So Borden with a 9.7. Mizuki also was given a 9.7, just waiting for that to get officially inputted. And now it's Caitlin Ewald who is going on bars, so awaiting the score of Olivia O'Donnell as well. If you missed the first rotation, Rudajan Nataraj led Illinois on vault, 9.875. While on bars for Minnesota, both Lexi Rambler and Anna Loper had a 9.875.
Looks like Olivia got a 9.75, and Caitlin is going up on her routine. Nice piked Jaeger. A lot of Jaegers in this lineup. Pack salto. Had a little bit of a leg separation there. Nice handstand, just the dismount left for her. And she fights for that stick on the full twisting double tuck.
Lexi Rambler picked up a 9.875 on her vault, so 2 more to go for Minnesota on vault. And a couple of more as well on bars for Illinois. Maddie Quarles.
Another Yurchenko 1.5. Saw a little bit of a leg separation in the air, but overall, a good vault.
Quarles ranked number 16 right now and tied a career high against Michigan with a 9.95 a couple of weeks ago. As Mia Takakawa is up next for the Fighting Illini on bars. She matched her career high with a 9.9 on Friday. Also had a 9.9 in the Big Ten meet with Nebraska a few weeks ago as well. So she's been performing very well as of late on the uneven parallel bars. Waiting for the Caitlin Ewald score on bars.
Looks like it's a 9.775 for Caitlin. So slowly building those scores over on bars.
High scored now for Illinois.
A little arched on that handstand, but keeps going. Nice pike Dieger. Down to the low bar. Just the dismount left here for Mia. Nice toe point so far throughout. And stuck double layout. Definitely think Illinois is going to continue building those scores based on what we have seen so far.
Maddie Quarles also getting a 9.875 on vault, matching Lexi Rambler. Now you have the number 1 ranked vaulter in the country, Anna Loper, coming off a 10.0, her 4th of her career against Michigan.
And a beautiful Yurchenko 1.5 from Anna. Won't be a 10, did hop forward, but still a great vault for the Golden Gophers.
It won't be a 10. Oh, then what are we here for? The thing that stands out the most about her in that stat, she has 4 career 10.0s on vault. Minnesota has 8 in their history. She has half of them.
That's amazing.
That's all you could say, right?
Yeah.
So Ewald did get a 9.775. That'll be updated in a matter of moments, and then waiting for the score for Mia Takakawa that looked as if, as you pointed out, continuing to improve. So
looks like it was a 9.85 for Mia.
Right, exactly to your point that Illinois building up as they go through. And now this is Amelia Knight, sophomore from the UK.
Yeah, and I believe she did have a bit of a falter at their quad meet earlier this weekend. But so far, so good here for Amelia.
They was a 9.325 on Friday, but she has a season high 9.825.
And she nails that dismount. Great comeback for her. This weekend.
By the way, Anna Loper finishes off the vault as the high score, 9.9 for Minnesota. You got 9.875s by Quarles and Rambler, 9.85 by Gertis, a 9.80 by Jenks, who was a last-second change to lead off things on vault, and then Maya Hooten with a 9.775. Let's go to the exhibitions now on vault for Minnesota.
Just a Yurchenko full here, but I believe she stuck that. Maybe want to see her chest up a little bit, but great to see her get experience. So once we get Amelia Knight's score on bars, we'll have our
scores on rotation 2 as Minnesota 49-3 as a team on vault.
Looks like Amelia Knight got a 9.875, so definitely built those scores as the lineup went on, and that's exactly what Illinois wants as we've got this exhibition going here.
Yeah, you all 9.775, Takakawa 9.85, and then Knight 9.875 to end up leading the way. So Illinois ends up with a 48.775 on bars, while Minnesota a 49.3 on vaults. So if you look back at, obviously, at rotation 1, Minnesota with the advantage on vault. They win it 49-3 to 49-225, while on bars, Minnesota also the win 49-075 to 48-775. In terms of the individual, it's Anna Loper on vault 9.9, and on bars, I believe a tie between Illinois' Amelia Knight 9.875, and then Loper and Rambler both with 9.875 for Minnesota on bars. And our updated total team score: Minnesota 98.375, Illinois 98.175. So through 2 rotations here, is this sort of what you expected with this? Illinois is hanging tough. Minnesota, though, obviously getting those 9.875s and those 9.9s proving to be a big difference.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Minnesota did have a bit of a slower start than they are used to, but they picked it up just like we would expect them to over on vault. And it's a pretty close meet so far. Even though Illinois didn't do the best on bars, you know, they hit all their routines. Just kind of really need to focus on those details to get those higher scores. They were all consistent throughout, 9.7s and 9.8s, but just really focusing on the details to get those higher scores.
So coming up next, we'll have Illinois on beam, where they are ranked number 22. At a 48.025 on Friday at their quad meet, while Minnesota is ranked number 2 on floor. That's where they will be next, and they're coming off a school record 49.725 in the floor exercise against the Michigan Wolverines. And so that is what is on tap next for rotation 3. As we will take a break here at Huff Hall, come back in a couple of minutes and get to the second half of our action here today. You're watching Big Ten Women's Gymnastics on Big Ten Plus.
Minnesota had on their notes supposed to go Cook, Coral, North Curtis, Rambler, Loper. And this is based off Friday. I always forget that after 2 minutes, there's another 4 minutes. So I came back. I'm like, oh, we got 4 minutes here. So I'm going to wait and come back in like 2 minutes. And then we just go back.
2-minute transition period is now over. The 4-minute touch period will now begin. Illinois will be on beam. Minnesota will be on floor. Fans, don't forget to stop by the tables in the north end of the hall to take part in today's daddy-daughter activity. Get creative ideas going as you decorate your very own piggy bank. Make your best friend an official member of the Fighting Illini family by signing up for the Oski Pet Club membership, including an exclusive collar tag, full mat membership certificate, and more. With a portion of the proceeds benefiting local animal shelters, sign up for your pet today at fightingillini.com/Oski Pet Club. And fans, while in Huff Hall, you are asked to sit in your assigned seats with a face covering to ensure the safety of all families, staff, and student athletes in attendance. Failure to comply with protocols may result in ejection from the arena. Thank you for your help in ensuring the health and safety of our Illini family.
Scott Sudikoff, Amanda Wihanko back with you at Huff Hall, getting ready for rotation 3 with Minnesota on floor and Illinois on the balance beam. To recap the action, rotation 1, the individual, well, we'll just go by, I'll go by event here, I'll go by vault and say the individual winner was Anna Loper. Coming in rotation 2, of course, she got a 9-9, although Illinois, they got a high score from Rutuja Nataraj at 9.875, but Minnesota winning on vault 49-3 to 49.225. And then on bars, you had a three-way individual tie between Minnesota's Anna Loper and Lexi Ramler and Illinois' Amelia Knight. All got 9.875. Minnesota winning on bars overall 49.075 to 48.775. And then you can see on your screen the overall team score here as we go to Illinois on beam, Minnesota on floor. Is there anything now, either Illinois on beam or Minnesota on floor, you are looking forward to seeing here? I got a feeling it might be Anna Loper.
Well, actually, yes, Anna Loper is excellent on floor, but I think for Minnesota over on floor, we should definitely look out for Maya Hooten. You know, she's not, the big name that they are currently, she's not the super senior. She's not, I have a lot of awards and I have accolades, but Maya Hooten is excellent on floor, great performer. There's a reason she is last in the lineup, so she's definitely one to look out for. As for Illinois on beam, I think the key story here is just for them to stay on the beam and hit those routines, since they did struggle with that earlier this weekend. They did count a fall, they had a few shaky routines, so they really want to kind of reestablish themselves over on the beam and just hit.
You mentioned Hooten coming off a 10.0 against Michigan on floor, her second career 10.0. Illinois Friday, the struggles 48.025 as they're currently ranked number 22. And Minnesota, school record 49.725 on floor against Michigan, ranked number 2 right now, as Abby Miller will be leading things off for Illinois on balance beam. And You see Rachel Borden will be going second, Nia Takakawa third, Amelia Knight, Maria Simons, and then Allie Morgan into the line. So a bit of a change from what we saw from them Friday. Friday you had Caitlin Ewald in the lineup second, and you had Rudajan Nataraj going sixth.
Yeah, so definitely probably a result of kind of figuring out what's best in terms of getting those hit routines. And, but you know, Abby has been the leadoff for a little bit now, and she's done an excellent job. So here we go with her.
9.75 on Friday. Her season high is a 9.775.
Abby's actually the leadoff on a few events, and I think that says a lot about who she is as a gymnast and what the coaches see in her. A really good person to kind of set the tone for the team as she does her backhand swing layout series there.
Sophomore from Rochester, Minnesota.
Solid leaps. Couldn't tell exactly from this angle, but the second leap maybe was a little shy of that 180 degrees the judges want to see. And a good job on that front toss. Looks like she just has the dismount left. Round off, 1.5. Looks like she stuck it. Couldn't exactly tell from our angle here, but definitely a good routine for the Illini to start with on beam.
So we'll wait for the score on Abby Miller, and we'll go to our first floor exercise. Emily Cook, sophomore from Bloomington, Minnesota, at a 9.925 against Michigan 2 weeks ago.
Good first pass for Emily. Got a little bit cut off over on our monitor. Nice job on her leaps and really making sure her feet land together, which is what the judges want to see. Unique side pass. Don't get to see those often in women's gymnastics. Minnesota crowd cheering her on as she gets ready to do her final pass here. Great job. Excellent lead off from Emily Cook.
Still waiting for the score on Abby Miller on balance beam. That went first for Illinois. As Rachel Borden is up there now, a graduate student from Naperville, Illinois, at a 9.75 on Friday. Her season high is 9.775. Of course, she started her career at Illinois as the team manager.
Yes, she did, and she worked her way up onto the team after impressing Coach Natalie Walsh with a video. She was training with the club team here at U of I, and she showed Natalie Walsh the video of her on beam and decided to put her on the team.
So 9.775 for Miller.
Feet jump, sheep jump. So far, so good for Rachel. Just the dismount here. And she fights for that stick.
Illinois struck dismount yardsticks of power coming your way. Next up for Minnesota, Gianna Gertie.
So on floor, we'll have Gianna Gertis coming up for Minnesota. She was listed on the lineup, either her or Maddie Corals in this position, but it'll be the sophomore from Delaware, Ohio, who has never competed on the floor exercise in her Minnesota career.
Looks like Emily Cook got a 9.825. As Emily prepares. Threw to a double back for her first pass. Not sure if she stepped over the line. Want to see more extension on those leaps closer to that 180 degrees that the judges are want to see. Double pike up, a little short to finish, kind of bounced forward. Not a bad routine from Gianna, but definitely can kind of see it on her face. Not what she wanted to do. It was a little short, messed up a bit on a few landings.
This is Amelia Knight now going on balance beam. Waiting for the Rachel Borden score to officially come through, and as I say it has 9.75, so going with the 9.775 that Abby Miller had.
Nice leaps from Amelia. Good job at keeping her back leg and pushing it up to get that 180 degrees.
We had struggles on Friday, 9.625, so trying to bounce back.
So far, she's doing a great job. Side aerial series.
Her season high is 9.875.
A little shaky on that full turn, but kind of covered it up well. And a unique dismount from her. Did not stick it, but popped back, but a good job from her. Like you mentioned before, she did fall early this weekend, and she hit her routine today, so that's pretty much all she could probably ask for.
So now we're having third is Maddie Corals going here for Minnesota. So it's gone Cook at 9.825. Gertis went second. Now Corals going third. Had Lexi Rambler listed as third initially on floor. So this is Maddie Corals, a redshirt junior from Andover, Minnesota, much like Gertis, her first time competing in the floor exercise and competition.
Great first pass from her. just a 2-pass routine, I believe, but she did an excellent job with it. I can see why she made the lineup.
So Minnesota on floor was Cook 9.82.5. Curtis got a 9.775. For Illinois on beam, Miller 9.775. Borden 9.75. And we'll get you Amelia Knight's score any moment now. And now it's Mia Takakawa who is going on the beam for Illinois, coming off a 9.725 on Friday. Season high is 9.8. She does have a 10.0 to her tally back in 2020, a couple of years ago, of course.
Yes.
Feels like about 20 years ago, but
yeah, it does sometimes, and I'm sure it does for them as well.
In the before times. Looks like maybe 9.80, if I'm seeing that right, for
like
Amelia Knight.
Maddie Quarles over here got a 9.9 on floor. So that's an excellent routine from her. It looked like it was a last-minute lineup change, and it paid off.
Not bad for the first time for Maddie Quarles. I think I saw 9.80 for Amelia Knight.
It's actually a 9.775, so
you.
one judge probably gave it 9.8, the other 9.75. Aerial layout, step out. There's a floor routine about to happen right now as well. Beautiful leaps. Looks like Lexi Rambler might be going on floor.
Yeah, you can see it in the corner of the screen. Lexi Rambler is beginning her floor exercise. Things have got a little slightly delayed, so looks like they're trying to make up some time right now. Perfect camera angle right now for us, though. Not anymore.
Excellent dismount from Mia and Lexi over on floor. Looks like she stuck her first pass.
Rambler had a 9.975 the last time out against Michigan. I believe that was her career high on floor.
Really showing off her beautiful lines and her toe point on this floor routine choreography as she goes into her next pass.
Alexia Rambler, yep, that was a career high, by the way, 9.975 2 weeks ago against Michigan. As Allie Morgan will now be going on the balance beam for the Fighting Illini. You can see these scores waiting for the Mia Takakawa score to get posted, and I think it just...
9. It's not usually how they show a 9.9, so a little confusing. But got Allie going up here on beam.
She is a sophomore from Columbus, Ohio.
Backhand spring. Layout step up. Oh. Did touch the beam, so that'll be more of a deduction than just this typical balance check, but she stayed on. She looks like she's getting back on track. Beat jump, front aerial, front toss.
It was a 9-9 for Mia Takakawa. That leads the way now for Illinois.
Want to see her get that back leg up to get that 180, and unfortunately just quite couldn't get that rotation correct. Fell off.
First time on balance beam this season for Morgan.
And a pike gainer dismount. Looked like she popped forward. You know, probably not the routine she wanted to do, but I think she did a good job at kind of shaking it off and minimizing those deductions after her mistakes.
So back to the floor here, Tally Remlinger. Maddie Corals with a 9-9, the high score for Minnesota. And Lexi Rambler given a 9.85 for her floor exercise. Now Remlinger, the junior, tied a career high 9-9 against Michigan 2 weeks ago.
Very dramatic music. And wow.
Gives you the feel that her exercise, her floor exercise is going to be epic. That's kind of the music
she
choice.
Started with a tucked full in, so that was pretty epic, I would say. One and a half front layout, right into her choreography. Last pass. And a nice double top. Should be a good score for the Gophers.
Allie Remlinger for the Golden Gophers. Minnesota crowd waving the flag, very happy with what they just saw.
Looks like there's a lineup change for Illinois on B.
Yeah, now going with Rutuja Nataraj.
Allie Morgan looks like she got an 8.625, so definitely looking to drop that score.
Nataraj, the freshman from Wallingford, Connecticut, has a season high of 9.6.
Just did a beautiful series, backhand spring layout and step out. A little bit of a balance check there on her leap. Wanted to see that first one, her leg at the back get up higher. Not sure if they'll count that as a connection. Balance check over on her aerial. Looked like she was a little over on her full turn, had a balance check, covered it well. And adjust the dismount. And she sticks it. A good finish to a little bit of a shaky routine.
Allie Remlinger, by the way, a new career high, 9.925 on her floor exercise. Now leading the way for Minnesota. And now we see Anna Loper, the Big Ten floor champion. So no Maya Hoot today for Minnesota on floor exercise.
Beautiful. Great positions on her leaps there. right into that arabesque. Beautiful floor routine from Anna, as usual.
So Loper finishing off rotation 3 here. And Hallie Remlinger looks like, no, we'll wait for Loper's score because, of course, she had a 9.925 a few weeks ago. But Remlinger right now, the leader at 9.925 on floor for Minnesota. Also got a 9.9 from Maddie Quarles in her first appearance in the floor exercise as a Golden Gopher. And then on the balance beam for Illinois, Mia Takakawa, the team high 9.9. Waiting for the final score, though, from Nataraj for Illinois. Looks like it has. Well, actually, we'll wait and see, as now exhibitions will happen on the balance beam. So we will stick here for the time being until we get those final 2 official scores, and then give you the numbers heading into rotation 4.
Yeah, looks like, based on what we can see here, the judges are probably discussing her start value, which is probably what's taking so long. Like I mentioned, she did have a break in her leap series, so they're probably debating whether to count that, and if they don't, that automatically gives her a lower start value.
Loper 9.875 for her floor exercise. So Remlinger ends up with the high score in the end for Minnesota at 9.925. The lowest score, Gianna Gertis, 9.775, is the still a solid score, is the one that will end up getting dropped here for Minnesota. So obviously a really good performance from the Gophers on the floor exercise, and it's a 49.375.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of important to note that, Maya Hooten was slated to go, and she didn't. She usually anchors. And she's a superstar in the event, capable of scoring a 10, as she just did a few weeks ago. So it's definitely probably really comforting and kind of encouraging for Minnesota, knowing that they can score really well without her if needed.
We're waiting for a score for Nataraj. Simons was initially in the lineup, but she looks like she's going as an exhibition right now. So the zeros there are for Nataraj. They're still not. Well, looks like they might be in the process now of giving us that official score. Passing it on. Okay, now it'll be shown. So Nataraj to the score was a 9.35. And that'll give us a final number. And then we'll get you the scores after the full third rotation, as have this exhibition going for Illinois.
Did have a little balance check on her acro series, but stayed on, handling it well. Looks like a little bit of a check there as well, kind of stepped out of it to cover it. Pike jump, straddle, great height on the pike jump.
So with Nataraj's 9.35 inputted, Illinois 48.550 on balance beam, while again Minnesota 49.375 on the floor exercise. So our totals after three, we'll see Minnesota at 147.750 and Illinois at 140 to 146.
Got an exhibition
725.
from Minnesota over here on the floor. Nice exhibition from Marissa Jenks, I believe.
We'll have another exhibition on the balance beam for Illinois. Okay.
Looks like Caitlin Hughes.
So you can see the score on your screen. After 3 rotations, the advantage for Minnesota. And of course, we'll now have them switch, and Minnesota will be on balance beam. Illinois will be on the floor exercise in about 6 minutes from now.
One arm back handspring, not something you see every day.
Looking ahead for these two programs, Illinois will be at Michigan State a week from today, while Minnesota will host Ohio State next Saturday.
Looks like Marissa Jenks got a 9.775 for her exhibition. And Caitlin sticks her beam dismount. A bit of a shaky exhibition for her, but good to get experience again.
All right, that's going to wrap up all the exhibitions here. And rotation 3 is officially over. So we will take the break and come back in a couple of minutes. And again, rotation 4, Illinois floor exercise, Minnesota on the balance beam, as Minnesota has the advantage, as you can see on your screen. And we'll see how this one finishes out in this Big Ten women's gymnastics matchup. You're watching Big Ten Plus.
The 2-minute transition period will now begin. Corporate sponsors offer valuable support to Illinois athletics. The University of Illinois would like to thank State Farm, Nike, Coca-Cola, and the University of Illinois Community Credit Union for their support of Fighting Illini athletics.
Welcome back to Huff Hall. Scott Sudikoff and Amanda Wianco as we're getting ready for rotation 4. Quick recap here. Individual winner on vaults. Anna Loper from Minnesota. 9.99. Rudajan Nataraj did have a 9.875 to lead the way for Illinois. On bars, the individual title shared by 3 different gymnasts. 2 from Minnesota, Anna Loper and Lexi Rambler at 9.875. And for the Illini, Amelia Knight also with a 9.875. As Minnesota one overall on vaults, 49.3 to 49.225. And also on bars, 49.075 to 48.775. And then on rotation 3, Illinois scored a 48.550 on beam, led by Mia Takakawa's 9.9. Minnesota a 49.375 on floor, with Hallie Remblinger checking in with a 9.925. So, just about time for rotation 4. Illinois on floor, Minnesota on beam. Anything here that you're looking forward to between this floor for Illinois and beam for Minnesota?
I think I'm most just looking forward to seeing what the lineups are going to be, because just based on what we've seen today, looks like they might change from what we were initially given.
Rolling with the changes.
But yeah, definitely hoping for a good rotation from each of them. I think they're both capable of doing really great on the respective events, and it looks like we're ready to get going.
I believe this is Emily Cook.
Handspring, layout, step out. Was short on that 180 degrees on that leap there. Up on the front aerial to arabesque. And stuck Ruby dismount.
Now Abby Miller will go on. Floor for Illinois. Minnesota flag in the foreground.
Yep.
As Miller, the sophomore from Rochester, Minnesota, talked about how she leads off here in three different events for the Illini.
Yeah, shows that she's a reliable gymnast, somebody who can really do a good job at setting the tone.
At a 9.825 on Friday.
Opens with a nice double pike. double tuck.
right, this is Haley Tyson on the balance beam now for Minnesota. Emily Cook, by the way, scored a 9.875. We'll get you Abby Miller's floor exercise score any moment here.
Solid routine for Haley. Had a little step forward on her dismount, but overall a good routine.
Next up for Illinois, Olivia O'Donnell.
And now it's Olivia O'Donnell on floor for Illinois, the junior from Evanston, Illinois. Had a season high 9.775 on Friday.
Combo there with the leap out of her pass, really minimizing those deductions and good extension on her leaps. One and a half touch front layout. Very nice job keeping her feet together, landing on those leaps.
So Olivia O'Donnell finishes up. Abby Miller got a 9.85 for her floor exercise. And waiting to see Haley Tyson got a 9.825 after Emily Cook's 9.875 on beam. And now this is Gianna Gertis, who is going next on balance beam for Minnesota. First time competing on the beam this season.
Front aerial. Going into her acro series, back handspring, layout step out. Very solid so far. Really taking the time to do her skills. Looks like the double stag jump there. Threw her off a little bit, understandably, as she does lose sight of the beam on that skill. Aerial and stuck dismount. Just that one major balance check, I think, but overall, solid routine from her.
We'll see Caitlin Ewald now on floor. Olivia O'Donnell checking in with a 9.75 as the sophomore from Newburgh, Indiana now goes, coming off tying her career high, 9.85. In fact, 9.85. In fact, she's done 9.85 twice this season. The other time against Penn State.
Really nice floaty layout step out pass. I think she should want to see her wolf jump there, get a little bit more height, get that front leg up more close to vertical or parallel to the floor. front layout. Teensy bit under-rotated on that front layout, but no problems there otherwise.
Of course, we'll also be keeping track of the all-around scores. Mia Takakawa, the only Illini gymnast that we expect to be going all around here if we see her go on the floor as expected. And then Minnesota, Loper and Ramler will be your all-around competitors, as right now it is Loper who will be going on balance beam. So far, Cook a 9.875, Tyson a 9.825, and then awaiting the Gianna Gertis score. On floor, Miller 9.85, O'Donnell 9.75, and of course Ewald just wrapped up.
Looks like the judges are kind of debating on Gianna's start value on beam. Right now what we can see is that one judge has it starting at a 9.7, which is a pretty significant reduction in start value.
They put up Ewald's floor exercise, 9.75. Looks like we'll get that Gertis score officially. 9.675. So now Anna Loper could step up here. 9.9 2 weeks ago against Michigan.
Beautiful backhand spring layout, step out. Full turn. Leg up on that front toss. It's a little off balance to the right. Looks like no problems with her leaps. Round off. Step. So just that balance check, I think, from Anna is the biggest thing.
And now we'll see Mia Takakawa on the floor exercise, coming off a 9.875 on Friday, the junior from Sacramento, California. And also we'll get an all-around score after this as well. Get an all-around 39.275 on Friday.
Double pipe. Nice control there. One and a half, two, split jump. Nice positions on those leaps there. A few of her teammates have 2 pass routines. She has a 3 pass routine. another combo there.
Mia Takakawa, fourth in the lineup on floor for Illinois. Anna Loper scored on balance beam, a 9.85. So we'll have an all-around score for Loper now as well, which ends up at 39.5 for her all-around score. And we'll get Takakawa's overall score as well after her floor score gets posted.
Triple series from Abby Nyland. I think that's the first one we're seeing today. Did a great job. I feel like she literally reached the very end of that beam there.
Senior from Rogers, Minnesota.
Just for dismount, round off, stuck 1.5. Good routine from Abby. Looks like a 9.825 for Takakawa's floor.
Yeah, so Takakawa 9.825 going along with those scores, as now Rudajan Nataraj will go on the floor, freshman from Wallingford, Connecticut, at a 9.85 on Friday. Nice leap there to start off Rudaja's floor. I really like seeing all the choreography Illinois is having before their passes begin. Front layout to double, I believe. Double tuck. A little bouncy on that landing. Not sure if she firmly kept that front foot planted into that lunge. Overall, a very good routine for Rudaja. With Takakawa's 9.825, her all-around score 39.40, and I'm double checking here, trying to make sure, but I believe a new career high for her all around at 39.4. Previously it was 39.35. So good overall day for Mia Takakawa. As we'll now await the score. Wait the score for Nataraj on her floor exercise as we go back to the balance beam.
Yep, Lexi Ramler's doing a great job here so far. Hitting all her connections.
The Abby Nyland score.
Love seeing her ring leap here. Looks like Nataraj got a 9.825 on floor as Lexi Ramler sticks her beam dismount.
And she had the 10.0 here at Illinois last season on the balance beam.
And they're chanting for it again.
So now we'll see Amelia Knight last up on floor for Illinois. As you pointed out, Nataraj 9.825 on floor, and Abby Nyland got a 9.85 on her balance beam.
Nice first pass for Amelia. Double tuck, a little short, had her head and her chest down. But overall, I feel like this is becoming a breakout season for Amelia. She's really doing a good job on floor so far, as well as bars. One and a half front layout, little bit out there. Kind of had to whip that around, but gets it.
So we are on to the exhibitions now, and Ramblers score, which they flashed up. I did not see it. Let's see which one of us gets a hold of it first here. So it hasn't been inputted on the big screen or on the computer, but obviously if they've moved on here, that they have decided. So we're just at the mercy of it being shown on our stat monitor or on the video board. 9975 was the Rambler score.
So one judge did give it a 10, other 995, but definitely an excellent routine either way. This is an exhibition here.
And then she ends up with a 39.575 over all around, excuse me. And so I know that Rambler will take the all around title today at 39.575 as her teammate Anna Loper 39.5. And Illinois' Mia Takakawa 39.4. Now just
looks like Amelia Knight got a 9.725.
9.725 on the floor. So now we can get you the final scores as Illinois will have an exhibition.
Here we've
on
got
the floor.
Julia Waite. Julia Waite. Great double type, excuse me. One and a half punch front. Pretty unique leap combo there.
As you can see, the final scores have been tabulated. We're here in the exhibitions, and Minnesota will get the Big Ten victory, and we can run down all of the individual champions today, as it looks like Minnesota, some more exhibition. But we can tell you that the individual winner on the floor, Minnesota's Allie Remlinger with a 9.925, takes that title here today. And then individual winner on the balance beam, Lexi Rambler. She was the final competition performance on the balance beam, and she finished with a 9.975, and also the all-around winner today at 39.575 for the Golden Gophers, as they end up winning all four events today. And the victory to get their first Big Ten win of the season, as they had a tri-meet with Iowa and UCLA earlier in the middle of January that they did win, but that doesn't count towards Big Ten, as they will take on Iowa later this month in a Big Ten meet. And then gave you those individual winners. And again, individual winner on the vault, Minnesota's Anna Loper, 9-9. And then the three-way tie on the bars with Minnesota's Loper and Rambler, 9-8, 7-5 each, of course. And then Amelia Knight for Illinois will get a share. Of that individual title today on bars at 9-8, 7-5.
Looks like we have Allie Morgan doing an exhibition here on floor for Illinois.
So we'll keep it here with until the exhibitions play out, and then we can wrap this up and get some final thoughts. As again, Illinois next week will be at Michigan State on Sunday, and Minnesota will host Ohio State next Saturday. Okay.
Looks like Julia Waite's exhibition got a 9-1-7-5 as she did kind of stumble out of control on that last pass and fell backwards. Nice front layout to Rudy for Allie to start. Double tuck to end. Short on the rotation there, had her chest down. Wants to really focus on getting that entire salto around and get her chest up. But a good experience for her here exhibitioning on floor.
And it looks like we have wrapped up all the exhibitions here. And again, Minnesota will get the overall victory. 197-125 to 195-725, getting their second overall win this year and their first win in Big Ten action as they lost their Big Ten opener to Michigan. Illinois, as I scramble through my notes, will be 2-2 now. 1-2 in the Big Ten, and we'll try to get back on track next Sunday at Michigan State. And again, another just quick run through here. So Anna Loper winning the vault with a 9-9. Amelia Knight, Anna Loper, and Lexi Rambler taking a three-way tie on the bars at 9-8, 7-5. Balance beam, Lexi Rambler at 9-9, 7-5. And then Hallie Remlinger winning the floor exercise, 9-9, 2-5 for Minnesota. And so our action is complete here today. And Amanda, thoughts overall on how this meet went? We talked about off the top that Minnesota obviously a top tier program. The favorite coming in, a tough task for Illinois to try to get a victory. So let's start with Minnesota first. What did you see from them? Are they hitting a nice stride here in their season, especially after they had some time off?
Yeah, I think so. Like you just mentioned, they had a little bit of a time off, and especially at this point in the season, you kind of want to get used to competing every weekend, get that endurance built up for postseason. But I think what most impressed me and what I noticed most about Minnesota today is kind of their depth. They had a few lineup changes, newcomers in the lineup competing for the first time this season or for the first time overall. I think for the most part they did a good job at filling in and stepping up to that challenge. So it's definitely good for the Golden Gophers to know going out through the rest of the season, to know that they do have that depth behind them.
Second highest team score of the season, 197-125. behind the 197-650 they had in the loss against Michigan. Of course, Michigan 198, 0-25 in that Big Ten meet a couple of weeks ago. Now for Illinois, it drops them to 1-2 in the Big Ten, 2 in the Big Ten. This was their home opener, but where do you see them going from here?
Yeah.
And they just, they come off it's a busy weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
Competing Friday as well.
It's a double meet weekend, which doesn't normally happen this early in the season for anyone. So, like we saw, there were a little bit of lineup changes from them as well, and they really kind of tried to figure out their lineups, what works best for them, especially on beam after it didn't go so well on Friday. But overall, it was an improvement from their previous meet, and that's definitely a good thing. That's definitely what they were probably looking for. But they really just probably want to kind of figure out how that balance beam stabilization, kind of figuring out how to minimize those falls, whether it's, lineup changes or kind of focusing on details, certain skills maybe need to be reworked. But overall, I think it's a good step forward for them, especially since they did compete twice this weekend.
Do you want to give a shout out to Mia Takakawa with that career high all-around score of 39.4, 9.85 on bars, 9.9 on beam. And her vault score was 9.825, and then finished off on the floor with a 9.825. So obviously a very good all-around day for the junior for the Fighting Illini. So that is going to wrap up our coverage here this afternoon as Minnesota takes the victory in this Big Ten women's gymnastics matchup. We thank you for tuning in. For my broadcast partner, Amanda Wianco, I am Scott Sudikoff saying so long from Huff Hall, and thank you for watching Big Ten women's gymnastics on Big Ten Plus.